Well, great morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, April 12th. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to just jump in on this. I've been asked to speak on a subject on reincarnation, okay? Now, this is an interesting subject. You know, you have children that come in, and when they're really young, just when they start talking, they can recall their former life. And they'll be specific with details as to name and where. And sometimes it's so pressing that their family takes them and they go and they walk up to the people. They know them. They know, you know, even sometimes they know where they're buried, where their body was buried. And so we have many, many of these. They recount in extreme detail happenings of their former life. Now, there are a few of them that I remember quite distinctly. There was one little boy, little blonde hair, blue-eyed boy, that remembered he was a black woman in the last life. He died in a fire, a house fire, and they were asking, he remembered his name, and they were asking him how he got around. He said, I took the bus. You know, I didn't, you know. So they looked it up, and then there was a woman by that name. It had name, everything, that had died in the house fire. There was another really interesting one, this boy that drew the Titanic. Every detail about the Titanic, and he was the one that had designed it, he said, and he told them not to use that specific type of metal, but they did anyway. And so it was, so this is why they had that breaking apart what was happening with it. But very detailed. He remembered everything about it. Another boy was, he was in the war, could explain the type of plane, how it went down. Again, you know, so many of these happenings. But, you know, when they reach about, I think, what is it, 4 or 5? Is it something like that? Then that window closes down and they don't remember anything more about their past life. Now, what's interesting about past lives is people have this idea that you come in and you're exactly the same person as you were in your former life. Well, that's not the case. That's not what happens. You come in with tendencies to things, but, you know, depending on your experiences that you have in the lifetime which you are accessing now, you could develop a whole different personality. Okay, so you don't come in and you're not exactly the same person. You come in, the energy systems, you come in with tendencies based upon your former times, but you can develop a whole different personality. And I think that, you know, some of these things have to do with, we have ones that come in and they're in the wrong body. Their consciousness is still of the former form, okay? We have children come in, young children, and they go, no, I'm a, you know, these boys that say, no, I'm a girl. I'm a girl, you know, insistent, because their mind is still in the former life, okay? They are still in that consciousness and have not made that full shift over yet to that other energy. So their energy they come in is really strong, more overpowering than the physical form that they're in this lifetime. So please, people, have some compassion for people that are born and they're in, you know, what appears to be the wrong body. Their consciousness is, male or female, and the body is the opposite. So, yeah, you've got to have compassion for it. So they are coming in to experience this other side, but their energy has not shifted to that different form. So, yeah, reincarnation is interesting. Again, it's tendencies. One comes in with a lot of the same tendencies, but you can make radical shifts of your personality. The persona is going to be different depending on the experiences you have during the life that you are now within, and the experiences that you came in to go through. Okay, we come in with certain things that we want to experience. Okay, so that's what I have with reincarnation. You don't come in as exactly the same person. Okay, so while you're on the other side, when you leave your form, like they were asking about, well, I was going with Elvis, or one's Janice, or Queen Elizabeth I. They still have the viability of this last life that they've been in. Now, when they come in next time, that again will be wiped away, and they will go on to new experiences. Okay, so that's the way I explain reincarnation. All of this stuff came through, the knowing of that, when on my own spiritual journey, when you get to realization and you see how this functions, that you are this energetic system. Okay, and so questions about reincarnation, and that is what I was shown. That's what I saw, that we come in with tendencies, and based upon the experiences in this lifetime, that's why when they come in, maybe they have remembrances of the past life, but then that closes down because they don't want those things to override the experiences that you're having during this lifetime. Okay, so I know in like my own journey, I did have, because I had questions about past lives, and I was shown very vividly past life, because it was something that was beneficial for me to know to transit this lifetime journey. Okay, but yeah, usually those things are closed off because we need to have the clarity of experience in this lifetime. Okay. But if it's something that you need to know for your journey, you may have that information coming forward. And if it does, in my case, it was during like a dream state, but it wasn't a dream. It was vastly more real than a dream. Okay. So I knew it was something else that was going on, and it was being able to access what had happened in a past life and how it was relating to experiences I was having in this lifetime, challenges that I was having in this lifetime. So that was very beneficial for my own journey to see that. Otherwise, no, I wouldn't have accessed it. Now, I have seen also, when I was in high school, I learned how to do hypnosis, and I have had taking people back to a past life that had had allergies in this life. Now, one of them I can tell you specifically that happened. It was a person that had come and they had an allergy to horses. Well, what happened was regressed them, and they saw in their former life they were killed by a horse. They got kicked and killed, and they developed an allergy to them in this lifetime. And the minute they had that experience, re-experienced that death from that horse, their allergy was gone. Okay, so sometimes those things can happen, or if they come in with a birthmark, many times it has to do with their past life, the way that they died. Okay, if they've had some sort of a traumatic injury, sometimes they can develop a birthmark in this lifetime, which is also kind of interesting. You have those kind of lingering things that come in. Yeah, and that's the way that works. So I hope this has, helped to clear some things for some people, give you something to maybe chew on, to think about, look at a little deeper. But I think, that these children coming in, and they have a whole thing you can look up on the internet of kids that come in that are talking about their former life. And in great, great detail, and, then how that door closes as they get a little older. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, Love and Light. See you online.